Sometimes you're not falling apart. You're just fucking tired.
Bringing the weight you've been holding, a story ready for unfolding. Here at the open door, a quiet space you can explore. In the stillness after the rain, we'll find the beauty and the pain.
Welcome back to The Open Door. I'm glad you're here. And before we talk about today's conversation, I want to do something. I want you to be honest with yourself. How are you really doing? Not that answer that you give your coworkers, not that answer that you give your family because you don't want them to worry about you, not that automatic I'm good. We throw that around. How are you really doing? Because if we're being honest, a lot of people are struggling right now. Maybe it's financially, maybe it's mentally, maybe it's emotionally, maybe you're just exhausted. And that's the thing nobody talks about enough. Sometimes you're not falling apart. You're just fucking tired. Tired of worrying, tired of stressing, tired of feeling like you're giving everything you got and you're still wondering if it's enough. And I think we've all been there. The moment where you're laying in bed, staring at the ceiling, your mind's exhausted, but your thoughts won't shut the hell up. And you're replaying every conversation, thinking about money, thinking about your future, thinking about the mistakes you've made, thinking about what you should have done differently. And before you know it, it's 2 a.m. and you're having a full-blown argument with yourself. I've been there more times than I like to admit, and maybe you have too. You know what I've noticed? Everybody is carrying pressure. Everybody. The single parent trying to hold everything together. The college student wondering if they're wasting their time. The guy working a job he hates just so he can pay his bills. The woman trying to take care of everyone else while completely neglecting herself. Everybody's carrying something. But social media makes it look like everybody's winning. And that's dangerous because you start comparing your real life to somebody else's highlight reels. And you start wondering why you're not further along, why you're not making more money, why you're not happier, why your dreams haven't taken off, why your life doesn't look like theirs. And before you know it, you're beating the shit out of yourself for not being where someone else is. But here's what nobody tells you. You don't know what it costs them to get there. You don't know the sacrifices. You don't know the failures. You don't know the nights they wanted to quit. You only see the finished product, the personal growth they had to do. You know, personally, even with this podcast, people might hear an episode and think it sounds easy. Bullshit. There are times where you question yourself, times you wonder if anybody's listening, times you're wondering if what you're saying even matters, times you put your heart into something and the numbers don't reflect the effort, but you're showing up. Because sometimes faith comes before proof. Sometimes you have to believe in something before the world does. And that's hard, but that's real. The shit nobody talks about, the loneliness. Because I think a lot of people are lonely than they'll ever admit. And that's what's crazy, is you can be surrounded by people and still feel alone. You can have friends, family, coworkers, followers, and still feel like nobody truly understands what you're carrying. That weird feeling like you're being in a crowded room but feeling invisible. And the older we get, the harder it can become. People get busy. Life gets complicated. Responsibilities stack up. And suddenly the friendships that you used to be effortless, requires actual work. Sometimes you lose people. Sometimes people drift away. Sometimes the version of you they're used to isn't the version you're becoming. And that shit hurts. Because nobody prepares you for outgrowing people. Nobody prepares you for realizing some relationships were only meant for a season, but growth often requires letting go. And that's one of the hardest lessons in life that life teaches us. Let's be honest. Some days just suck. There's no inspirational quote for fixing it. There's no motivational video for fixing it. There's no life hack for fixing it. Some days are just hard. You wake up in a bad mood. Nothing goes right. People are irritating. You feel heavier than usual. And you're just trying not to lose your damn mind. That's normal. That's human. Not every day has to be productive. Not every day has to be perfect. Not every day has to be some huge breakthrough. Sometimes a win is simply making it through the day without quitting. And if that's all you did today, good. You survived. That's what counts. Yeah, I've thought about this a lot. Why do people keep going? Why do people keep fighting? Why do we keep getting back up? Because life gives us plenty of reasons not to. But somehow we do. And I think it's hope. Not the cheesy kind, but the real kind. That kind that whispers maybe tomorrow will be better. The kind that says don't quit yet. The kind that keeps you taking one more step when you don't feel like taking any. Hope can carry people through impossible situations. Hope has built businesses, started podcasts, saved relationships, changed lives. Hope matters even when it's small, especially when it's small. So, if you're listening to this right now and life has been kicking your ass lately, I want you to hear me. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're not behind. You're just human. And being human is messy. It's frustrating. It's beautiful. It's painful. It's complicated as hell. But you're still here. You're still fighting. You're still trying. And that means something. Maybe life doesn't stop. Maybe the challenges won't stop. Maybe the obstacles won't stop. But neither will you. Because every single chapter you survived. Prove your capability of surviving this one too. So take a breath. Get some rest. Drink some water. Give yourself a little grace. And tomorrow, get back after it. One step, one day, one damn choice at a time. Get back out there. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for opening this door with me today. And remember, the fact that you're still standing after everything you've been put through, that's proof you're a hell of a lot stronger than you think. This has been a great episode of The Open Door, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm your host, Sal.